We are on the road to Survivor Series in this episode of WWE 2K25 MyGM mode. We are coming off a hot Bad Blood pay-per-view where we extended our lead to where I don't even know if anyone can catch up, man. We are so far in first place, these fools gotta try real hard to catch up to CM Punk here. But we honestly did blow a lot of our rivalries, so we're kind of starting from scratch here with rivalries and bookings in general. And I noticed I've also been neglecting the season challenges, and we need to make sure we get those trophies so we decide when this whole series is over, which is hopefully the next stretch of shows, meaning the next season. But we can't get too far ahead of ourselves. We still have some banger shows to put on here. We have two promises to fulfill. We have to put John Cena and Carlito in a main event match this week, and I did just that in our booking here. We got a banger of a show planned out here, a couple stipulations and extra things just to make sure we get those season challenges done. But we're going to kick it off with one of our remaining rivalries, Joe Coffey versus Kyle Slickman here in a tables match. Becky Lynch versus Indy Hartwell to get that going. Indy isn't looking too hot, but I think she'll be okay just for a normal one-on-one match. And then we have the continuing rivalry of Scarlett and Nia Jax, which has been going on forever, but they are also just in a normal one-on-one match. And then our main event where we got John Cena versus Carlito, might as well start a rivalry there, versus Damian Priest and Eddie Thorpe, the man everyone wanted to trade for last episode. And then we also got Charity from Blair Davenport, a call out from Finn to Wolfgang just to get something started. And that's not actually Finn Balor, that is JD McDonough, but we have an advertising from Brooks Jensen just to wrap it up. We need to get some advertisings and charities done to complete those challenges. We're also going to need to throw a big health spa card on our boy R-Truth, who's kind of walking with a limp right this second, so we'll get him out to the spa. We're also, of course, on our side quest to get Kyle Slickman to be an immortal to win WrestleMania next season, so we're going to throw a get schooled card on him, get him 5 ring XP, which honestly doesn't do a lot because he's already level 20. But that's enough babbling, man. Let's book a dang show. It costs $53,000 for our first show of the week. We want to try to not lose fans ultimately this week, but that's always hard in the first few. Joe Coffey versus Kyle Slickman, throwing it down here, and Kyle Slickman takes the dub. No surprise there. Just a good match. No rivalry continuation. You hate to see it, but we got time before the pay-per-view and the go-home show. Blair Davenport got us 2,500 fans. You love to see it. Becky Lynch versus Indy Hartwell, which I'm surprised isn't on a cooldown because I could have sworn they've feuded in the past, but a good match and a rivalry started. JD McDonough's call out to Wolfgang goes decent. He got a level 1 rivalry out of it. Nia Jax versus Scarlett. This should be fine. Maybe this should have been our opener. Scarlett wins it in a great match. No rivalry progression. Again, that's fine, but that should have been our opener. I thought for sure the tables match would have done better. Brooks Jensen got us $9,000 and he lost 6 pop. Honestly, money isn't super important to us because we're swimming in it. Cena versus Carlito, Damian Priest, and Eddie Thorpe. Hopefully we get 2 separate rivalries started here. I think John Cena is now double champ, or he at least retained his title, and we did get the rivalry started, but not the way I thought it would. I think that's actually a really bad way for those rivalries to start, but I guess I'll assess the damages after we see our fan make out for that week. Just a good booking, which was to be expected. We gained 244 fans from that show, so not bad. At least we didn't lose anything. 69 for SmackDown, 45 for Raw, and minus 6,000 for WCW. So not last, which is fine. We got the Gauntlet Master, which I think that means we completed a season challenge, which is excellent. And we're headed to Las Vegas for the next week's show. Wolfgang is happy to be back. We already got him in a rivalry. I'd like to see some better behavior from you there, Mr. Wolfgang. CM Punk, do you recall that unwanted episode from a little while back? All that nonsense with the faulty bath mats. Anyway, the city wants to sue us for $300,000. What the hell, you bro? I gotta pay out mad money for a lawyer here? Give him $150,000. We have to win this. I don't want to pay $300,000, that's for sure. Kyle Slickman's contract is expiring, so you know what that means. We need to go ahead and sign this man for the rest of the season. I guess I can only do 4 weeks right this second with the contract extension, but we'll take it. I really want to keep him as a keeper next season and not have to hunt for him again. We're going to spend some more money because we can get our ads up to tier 4 now with our 6 assets. Yeah, kind of just as I suspected. John Cena and Eddie Thorpe started a rivalry, and Eddie Thorpe and Cena are both faces, which is not awesome, but Eddie Thorpe has 1 promo skill, so hopefully that's enough to let him go heel here. And so booking out this show here, I've started to realize that stamina is becoming a little bit of an issue for us, hence why this kind of looks like a punch show as it is. So we're going to go ahead and grab this Health Spa 1 card that's available in the shop, and we're going to throw that on somebody right away. Both of my men's champs are kind of down and out. We're going to throw this on Carlito just to get him back a little quicker, and we're going to use a Health Spa 3 on John Cena because he's in a rivalry with Eddie Thorpe, who can't talk his way out of a paper bag, so we need to make sure that John Cena can at least cut a promo on him. But going over the show quickly, quickly, R-Truth and The Rock both have nothing to do, so they're in a match. Eddie Thorpe's going out there to hopefully go heel. I don't know if you can fail that, but if anybody could, Eddie Thorpe might. Wolfgang and JD McDonough in a tables match to continue that rivalry. The call-out Damian Priest to Carlito. Obafemi's back in action versus Tonga Loa in just a normal match. Blair Davenport's going to get out there and do some charity yet again, just because she got that boosted promo from our shakeup card last week. And Becky Lynch versus Indy Hartwell is the main event. Indy looks like she's hurting a little bit, but that is fine. One normal match isn't going to kill her. Haha. So let's book it. Not my proudest show here. A $33,000 show cost, but we needed to get something on paper here. R-Truth versus The Rock. Welcome back, R-Truth. How did you enjoy your spa trip? Obviously not well enough to win your match or put on a decent match with The Rock. Just okay. Eddie Thorpe, let's see if it was embarrassing, but he did it. Wolfgang back in action versus JD McDonough in some tables matches, and JD takes it away. Just an okay match. Damian Priest call out grows the rivalry to level 2, which is great. Obafemi Tonga Loa in a mid-card one-on-one match, and Obafemi takes it down in another okay match. Blair's charity did better than last time, 3,000 fans, and the main event Becky Lynch versus Indy Hartwell ends in a Becky dub, and it was good. So that's our best match of the night, being just good, which is tough. Like I said, definitely a little bit of a punt show this week. We just had to get something out there, get some rivalries going. I'm scared to look at the fans this week. We did not do well. Minus 8,000. Plus 18 for SmackDown, minus almost 2 for Raw, and WCW gained 25,000. Yikes, we definitely took a little bit of a hit there. We got a veto star card. Triple H is saying that the decision came for the lawsuit and that we are not getting sued. We decided to settle it out of court. And we need to make sure we do a charity promo for their cause. Otherwise, we're going to have to pay $300,000, which would not be good. John Cena said he thinks he's coming down with something. He might have the flu. I'm going to tell him to stay home because I've seen that and other videos eat up other people's rosters. Tama Tonga's saying he hasn't had a match in a while. It's time I woke up and put him in a show. I'll say sure thing. I might be able to just work him in somewhere. And so just being that next week is the go home show, I'm going to throw down a 2-bit arena on, I think WCW's in second, so we'll throw it down on them because why not? And we'll also use a veto star card on SmackDown just to mess with everyone a little bit. Nothing we really want to purchase from the store this week, but we got our show booked out and it's fine. I feel okay about the whole thing. We really got to throw stipulations on stuff just to make sure we can actually compete and to make sure we hit those season challenges. But we're kicking it off. Kyle Slickman versus Joe Coffey in an Extreme Rules match. Wolfgang versus JD McDonough, just a normal one-on-one match. Their only specialty together is Hell in a Cell, and I don't really want to blow $50,000 on that match right this second. We needed to get Tama Tonga involved somewhere, so I just threw him in a random triple threat, the only one that even like barely kind of made sense. So it's Tonga Loa, Tama Tonga versus Obafemi in a TLC match, so I feel a little bit bad for Obafemi. It's not going to go super well because they're two heels, but we got a specialty in there, so hopefully it does at least fine. And then we're bringing back one of our hottest women feuds right now, Scarlett versus Nia Jax in a tables match. Someone is a specialist, so that should be a banger. R-Truth is calling out The Rock to push that along, Blair Davenport doing her usual charity, and Becky Lynch calling out Indy Hartwell. So we're really moving along some rivalries with this show. Hopefully it's not as much a stinker as it could potentially be here, but we are looking at a $61,000 show cost. Money is not really an issue right this second, especially because we won that lawsuit, my brother. But let's see how this turns out. Kyle Slickman versus Joe Coffey, Extreme Rules. The Slick Man wins it, and it was a great match. Rivalry grows. Fantastic. The call out from R-Truth. He's got 5 promo skills, so I never doubted it. That was excellent. Grows to level 2. Wolfgang versus JD McDonough. I just noticed did not grow last week, so hopefully we get some rivalry growth. Terrible match. Nobody wanted to see it, but we got the rivalry to level 2. Blair Davenport keeps getting better and better. 4,000 fans for us that time. The TLC triple threat. We'll see what happens here. 2 heels I know shouldn't be spectacular, and it was spectacular. It was an amazing match. Genuinely surprised me there. I thought that with 2 heels it would not do great, but it did amazing. And speaking of amazing, Becky Lynch's promo goes down really well, and Scarlett versus Nia Jax one-on-one tables just get to level 3. Nia Jax wins it in an amazing match, and it grows to level 3. Perfect. If I knew that triple threat was going to perform the way it did, I would have moved it to the opener so we could have got that amazing booking, but that is fine. We got 4,800 fans. SmackDown got 23,000. Good lordy. Raw got 1,000 and WCW lost 4,000. So we're in a good spot. We placed second that time. And we got a bad advertising for completing a season challenge, which is great. On the way to Detroit, Michigan for the Go Home show. Good job with that charity promo. You're welcome, Triple H. Nia Jax says she can't wait to be on this PLE and she'll be on it for sure. And John Cena wants to tag with R-Truth in the next few weeks. I think that'll be fine. I mean, that plays by itself. I think that's fine. We'll say sure, let's see how it goes. It's definitely not going to happen this week or next week, but hopefully we can make it to them. But it's time for the Go Home show, and I think that, well, first off, we need to buy this Hellspot card because we got some people hurting. We're going to buy this Get Schooled card because we got Kyle Slickman we need to upgrade. But where I was going with that is I think it's as good a time as any to use this Boiling Point card just to really make sure our Go Home show and our PLE is a banger. So we're going to immediately increase all rivalries by 1 level because I don't think we had any level 4s going into this show, so I think that will really help us out here. Boy, am I glad that we popped that Boiling Point card because now our show went from looking meh to looking stacked. Ton of level 4 rivalries on this card. It is going to be a banger, that's for sure. I just hope I have the order right here. We're going to kick it off with Damian Priest and Carlito in an Extreme Rules match for the title. Natalya versus Blair, which has just been chilling at level 4 on the bench for a while now in a submission match. We have 2 different rivalries here in a fatal 4-way. I just kind of penciled together John Cena and Eddie Thorpe versus JD McDonough and Wolfgang in a gauntlet match. Nobody's a specialist, but just to add a little bit more quality to the card. We got Kyle Slickman and Joe Coffey in a last man standing match with their level 4 rivalry, and then the women bringing it home. Nia Jax v Scarlett v Becky Lynch v Indy Hartwell. 2 level 4 rivalries for the title. Should be an absolute banger. A slobber knocker, one could say. And then we have The Rock calling out R-Truth to hopefully get this to level 4 for the PLE. R-Truth is going out there to do some charity. We're going to have Brooks Jensen go out there and advertise, and we're going to have Tama Tonga do charity. He's only a 2 promo, so hopefully he gets us some fans. But what a banger of a show this turned out to be. This is going to be a ripper. It cost us $123,000, but you got to spend money to make money. Let's book it. Extreme Rules, Damian Priest versus Carlito ends in a Carlito dub. He retains his title in a 4.5-star classic. A very hot start for us. The Rock's call out goes excellent. That's a level 4 rivalry now. Natalya versus Blair in a submission match. We'll see if Natalya can perform for once. She loses, and it was just a great match. She was a specialist in that too, and it only got great. R-Truth with 4,000 fans. Nice work, buddy. The men's gauntlet fatal 4-way match. We'll see who wins here. I knew it would be John Cena, and it was a 4.5-star classic. So the drama curve is on point right this second. Advertising from Brooks. He gained us $6,000 and lost 0 pop. It actually went excellent. Last man standing match, Kyle Slickman and Joe Coffey ends in a Kyle Slickman dub in a great match. So as long as this last match is amazing or better, then we got the amazing booking we were looking for. Tama Tonga actually got us 2,500 fans, which is not too shabby for a 2 promo. And the women's fatal 4-way, we're going to hope that Nia Jax does not get hurt here, but if it does, the rivalry's complete anyways. Scarlett wins it in a 4.5-star classic. What a way to bring it home. Those leading up weeks were worrying me a little bit. Our drama curve was absolutely on point. We killed it that time. We got 61,000 fans. Our match card quality was an A as well. SmackDown got 62, so they just barely edged us out. Raw beat us too. I'm really interested because we killed it, and WCW was right behind us. Wow, I guess everybody did really well that time. And we are just tearing through these season challenges now. We got a fixed match card for that. So nothing really changed in the leaderboard. We didn't really get hurt any. We're still in first place with a decent lead there, and a Vito Star, just not The Rock. That is totally fine. And we got increased match costs. Not worried about that. Castle Raid, they're going to steal 10% of our revenue. Totally fine. Triple H is letting us know that things are going to be expensive and that Natalya is not going to be here. I am not sweating it. Joe Coffey said things aren't working out at Mutiny. He's ready to tear up his contract and move on. I will just say, okay, Joe, you can stay. I give him $100,000 to be happy. Eddie Thorpe is saying, isn't it about time you put me in a PLE event? No, it's not. And we're at Survivor Series War Games this week. It is the PLE time. We, of course, have to buy that Survivor Series arena. And let's take a look at what we're fighting for here. We are going for the War Games card, which means we select an opposing brand, reduce the levels of all their logistics to level 1 for next week's show. We definitely want to win this, mainly so it cannot be used against us. I really think the only one we can throw in here is Blair Davenport, which doesn't give us a crazy chance. I don't want to risk Scarlett getting injured now that she is our new champ. And then we got a men's tag team TLC as the main event, and we have a TLC expert in Tama Tonga, so hopefully he can win us that card. And honestly, still reviewing these season challenges, I don't know if we're gonna hit enough to make sure we get this trophy from this, so I think I'm really gonna try to gun down purchase all power cards before a show 5 times, which is gonna be expensive, but we're gonna do it just to make sure we get that trophy. We need it, man. Any Get Schooled card is exclusive for Kyle Slickman. We know this, but this is a show. We got Blair Davenport in the women's fatal 4-way falls count anywhere. We got The Rock versus R-Truth last man standing match with their 4-star rivalry. Scarlett's going out there to do some charity. Scarlett's going out there to do some advertising just to make sure we hit those season challenges. I'm starting to get scared, man. And then we got Tama Tonga out there in the main event, the men's tag team TLC. Hopefully we can pull away at least one of those cards just so we don't get hit twice. $22,000 show cost is not too shabby. We're going to recoup some money with that advertising promo, but let's get it. Honestly, a pretty even fatal 4-way here. If anyone has an expertise as a falls count anywhere match, they're probably going to take it away, but it's Charlotte Flair, Isla Dawn, Lash Legend, and our Blair Davenport. Can Blair do it for us and take one home here? She sure doesn't. Charlotte Flair wins it in an amazing match. The Rock versus R-Truth. The rivalry ends here. Who's going to take it home? The Rock does. So R-Truth is going to lose morale because it was a last man standing match, but it was a 4.5-star classic. Scarlett's advertising goes excellent, gains us $14,000 minus 1 pop. Piper Niven versus Katana Chance. Holy lordy, Piper Niven is down for the count here. I'd be surprised if she doesn't get injured. Rivalry's complete, and she's out for 7 weeks, so that hurts. And she's hurt. Andre Chase with 2 pop. We got Ilya versus Flippa the Script. Flippa the Script making his PLE debut. Ilya wins it in an amazing match. Rivalry complete. Josh Briggs gets 4 pop. Tag team action, Akira Tozawa and Otis versus Elton Prince and Kit Wilson. I actually saw Akira Tozawa and Otis live. I was at TD Garden for John Cena's last match. In Boston, at least, not his last Raw. And then we got JC Jane gaining 4 ring XP. So we did okay there. If you're looking ring XP wise, it should be us here. It's Tama Tonga and Luke Gallows versus Logan Paul and Sean Spear. So actually, either way, we're going to have the opportunity to be hit by this card twice, but at least we can fire back with it once, because SmackDown also gets one with our victory there. We came away with 110,000 fans. We got our revenue torched a little bit by WCW. SmackDown whooped us. Raw, we beat Raw, so that's great, and we beat WCW, so you love to see that. Not too shabby. We did okay there in the PLE, and our lead is still tremendous. 200,000 fans over second place. Can anyone catch us? Let's go ahead and get into the trades. It is my favorite time of each episode. I love looking at the trades. Let's see what they want to pitch over to us. For this one, I'm down to get rid of Wolfgang, but honestly, I can't afford to lose any women. Our women's roster is so short already. We're just going to decline that right away, playa. Now, this is actually a good one. Last episode, I was really debating getting Gigi Dolan and Jacob Fatu. We have Wolfgang here, but Gigi Dolan's going to be hurt coming into it, and it is the week of Mania, but Jacob Fatu would be a good addition with 100 stamina, and at least Jacob Fatu can cut a promo, so I'm going to take this trade. Hopefully, we can work Gigi Dolan into some good matches before the season's up. Bye-bye, Wolfgang. JC Jane and Omos for my Blair Davenport. Sounds like a quick decline trade there. We can't do anything with Omos. They keep trying to give him to us, but we don't want him. And that's it for trades. I'm not mad at what we got at all. We got good talent. Select an opposing brand. Increase the price of all new contracts signed by $25,000. Probably wasn't going to happen anyways, but I get needing to use it. We're also going to double the price of our power cards in the store next week. That might hurt us because we need to buy them. Triple H is saying our talent costs more if we need to sign any. Power cards are also more expensive. Oof, Nia Jax is not pleased at us. I totally forgot I said I'd put her in the PLE. Definitely could have, I just did not. So that was a moderate decrease to her morale. And Triple H is saying we just got word that Tonga and Oba got into an unsanctioned backstage brawl. Oba was injured in the altercation, which is awesome. We're giving Loa a 2-week suspension. Dude, honestly, just get that boy out of here. We don't even really need him. Give me the money back, and maybe we can sign somebody even though it is a little bit more expensive, but it's shake-up time. Ultimate Betrayal, GM interference costs twice as much. We're not going to do it anyway, so forget it. Fatal Markdown, fatal 4-way matches reduce the match type cost by 50%. And Hype Partners, superstars who perform a tag team call-out gain an additional 3 stamina. I mean, I guess we'll do Fatal Markdown. I don't really think any of these are going to help us in any way because we're not doing a whole lot of tag team stuff right now, but I forgot we promised John Cena, so maybe it'll help. Or it would have helped if I chose that. But that's going to do it for this episode of WWE 2K25 MyGM mode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. You're not going to want to miss when I post new bangers, man. And after this next episode, we are going to come up on our hopefully final draft, and I'm really looking for a draft challenge. So if you guys have one, I'd love to hear it. My thought right now is to do a drafting the most expensive superstars challenge, which is going to leave us with a little itty bitty roster, but our lead is so substantial that I don't really think it's going to hurt us too much. But thank you as always for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next episode. Take it easy.